हाय, मैं सैयद असद आपका स्वागत करता हूँ। रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन वेरिएशन की जर्नी में वी हैव कवर्ड रेशियो. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न proportion. Proportion means in the same way or in the same ratio. Definition will be, if two ratios are equal, they will be in proportion or called proportional. On the other hand, equality of two ratios will be proportional. So definition is talking about two ratios. So I assumed first ratio as A upon B and the second ratio as C upon D, and these two ratios has to be equal to be proportional. So I equated them. Now further solve it to A into D is equal to B into C. If I write this in the form of ratio, so I will write A upon B as A is to B, and this equality sign will be represented by 2 colon or 4 dot, and this will be read as proportion or as, and C upon D will be written like C is to D. If I read it in one go, then I will read it as A is to B proportion or as C is to D. Here A will be called first proportion, B will be called second proportion, C will be called third proportion, and D will be called fourth proportion. Now further, in this proportion A and D will be called extremes, since A and D are extreme terms, and B and C will be called means, since B and C are middle terms. Now I further solved it as A into D is equal to B into C, and this can be said as product of extremes will be equal to product of means. If I get three variable in proportion where the second proportion will be equal to third proportion, so I will assume the ratio as A upon B is equal to B upon C. Here second and third proportion are equal. So this type of proportion will be called continued proportion. So if I write this in the form of ratio, so I will write A upon B as A is to B as or proportion, B upon C as B is to C. Here A will be called first proportion, B will be called second proportion, and C will be called third proportion, where A and C are extremes and B is means. I further solved it as A into C is equal to B into B. That means product of extremes is equal to product of means. I will get B square is equal to A into C. I hope you got all the points that I described here. अब हम इसके आगे इसके बाकी की terms and terminologies को समझेंगे. तो चलिए समझते हैं. So now in the part of proportion, we are going to understand some basic rules and terms. So here in the first point we have A upon B is equal to C upon D. This can also be written as B upon A is equal to D upon C. We are getting this by doing inverse of this proportion. If you inverse A by B, you will get B by A. If you inverse C by D, you will get D by C. And this process or rule will be called invertendo. In the second point, we have A upon B is equal to C upon D. This can also be written as A upon C is equal to B upon D. You can see that C is now in the denominator of A, B is now in the numerator of D, and this process or rule will be called alternando. In the third point, we have A upon B is equal to C upon D. If we add 1 to LHS and RHS, we will get A plus B upon B is equal to C plus D upon D, and this process or rule will be called componendo. In the fourth point, we have A upon B is equal to C upon D. If we subtract 1 from LHS and RHS, we will get A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. This process or rule will be called dividendo. In the fifth point, we are dividing componendo by dividendo. So we can see that A plus B upon B divided by A minus B upon B is equal to C plus D upon D divided by C minus D upon D. Okay, we will get A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. This process will be called componendo dividendo. Of these 5 rules or terms, componendo dividendo rule is somehow important, since the usage of componendo dividendo will be seen in the topic time, speed and distance, or in other topics. So first of all, we will understand the usage of componendo dividendo rule, and then we will see some examples on the concepts that we have learned till now. Apart from all these things, we have 2 more concepts, which is direct proportion and indirect proportion or inverse proportion. These 2 concepts are also called as direct variation and indirect variation or inverse variations, and these 2 concepts are very important. So we will understand these 2 concepts in the part variations. So now let's understand the usage of componendo dividendo rule. So now we will understand the componendo dividendo rule by an example. As we all know that the componendo dividendo rule says if we have a upon b is equal to c upon d, this can also be true for a plus b upon a minus b is equal to c plus d upon c minus d. If whenever we have this kind of scenario, we can again apply the same componendo dividendo rule. So we will write it as a plus b plus a minus b upon a plus b minus a minus b equals to c plus d plus c minus d upon c plus d minus c minus d. We will get 2a upon 2b is equal to 2c upon 2d. Finally, we will have a upon b is equal to c upon d. And this scenario we had at the beginning, as you can see here. So here I assumed an example, that is x plus y upon x minus y is equal to 5 by 2, and we have to find out the ratio between x and y. When you observe this part, so this part is similar to this part, and I told you whenever you see this kind of scenario, you can apply the same componendo dividendo rule to get this. Okay, so we will apply the rule of componendo dividendo. Here we will write it as x plus y plus x minus y upon x plus y minus x minus y is equal to 5 plus 2 upon 5 minus 2. We will have 2x upon 2y is equal to 7 by 3. So the ratio between x and y will be 7:3. So with this example, I hope you will have a proper understanding that how you could use this componendo dividendo rule. So let's see some more examples on the concept that we have learned till now. So let's see. I hope you have read the example. Example says find the third proportion of 6, 18 and 90. Here in this example we have been given 3 numbers 6, 18 and 90, and we have been asked third proportion. Okay, so we will write it as 6:18 as x, which is third proportion, is to 90. So as we all know that the product of extremes will be equals to product of mean. So here 6 into 90 will be equal to 18 into x. Then the third proportion, that means x, will be equals to 30. Okay, now let's see the next example. I hope you have read the example. Example says find the mean proportion of 121 and 225. Here in the example only 2 numbers have been given and we have been asked mean proportion. So whenever only 2 numbers will be given, so we will have to assume that there will be second proportion equals to third proportion. So we will write it as 121 is to x as x is to 225. So here x square will be equals to 121 into 225, or x is equal to 11 into 15, or x is equal to 165. So I hope you have gotten all the concepts, all the funda in a proper way. Now that is all for today. We will meet in the next video. Thank you so much.